by the time this interview is out, Pam and Tommy is going to be out. So congratulations on that release. How are you feeling about that? How has it been building up to this release?
It's actually it's been fantastic, and it's an honor because it's been a serendipitous kind of thing for me. As we talked about just before we started here, I'm a casting director. I'm an actor since '96 and a pro drummer. So, I got to meet, Pam and Tommy back in the clubs in the early days when they were a hot item. And, and I remember the tape coming out, so I'm old enough to remember that. But it's been absolutely fantastic. This came about in a wild way for me. I had just gotten back into acting. I used to do a lot of like feature background stuff and all sorts of stuff, and commercial acting. And then so this one, they wanted real contractors on the set. So my dad taught me to do everything, get a real contractor, a guy that could, his hands on. So, we're on the set for about a week, and then they cast the Vinny role. And so I'm cast on set, and then I get put into this scene with Seth Rogen, Sebastian Stan, and Lily James, a real pivotal scene. So to be at that level, working with this top-notch talent was absolutely incredible. And it felt like home to me, really. So that was a cool thing. And I'm so excited, just like everybody else, to see this series, because I'm curious what the story was too.
I know this series has been so talked about, and there's so much excitement around it just because it is based off of the real life event. But I'm wondering, since this is one of your biggest roles to date, did you learn anything from this process that you might not have gotten as a casting director?
Sure. Being in the right place at the right time, the old saying, right, is really true. So 90% of it is just showing up and being there, right, and being present. When they let me know I was going to do the scene, it was apprehension at first, excitement, like these are big time actors, this is what they do every day. So that was a thought. But as soon as I got into the scene, I was right at home. So you fall back on your skills. I did acting for so long. I feel at home in front of the camera. So just immersed into the role, and the interaction between Sebastian Stan and I. Seth's dialogue is incredible in that. And watching Lily James transform into Pam is absolutely incredible. I mean, she embodies it to the T. She's such a sweetheart. Sebastian Stan, so great to work with. He brought me into the scene and, treated me as an equal. And we were talking, interacting, and making it come to life. And it was amazing. Yeah. Definitely one of the highlights of my acting career, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this cast is huge. Lily James and Sebastian Stan, Seth Rogen. But I'm wondering, as a professional drummer, did you give Sebastian any tips for his character?
He didn't need any tips. I mean,
he was good to go.
He was studying Tommy pretty good. I mean, from what I've seen, from the trailers, he looks the part. So he's a heck of an actor. And I'm not sure if he had any drumming skills to begin with, but he sure looks like he knows how to play.
Especially the trailers, yeah.
Yeah, I did let him know that, that I played, but, I think that he was so immersed in it that he didn't have a problem, It's being there, living the moment, right? Acting is being, and he is certainly being Tommy, that's for sure.
What can fans expect from this series?
I think a lot of insight into the story, obviously how that all went down, a peek behind the curtain, if you will, of what their lives may have been like. I think with Lily James, you're going to see an amazing side of Pam, sensitive, caring, intelligent, that we don't see a lot of, so it's I think that they had some apprehension about this film coming out, is my understanding.
Yeah.
But the portrayals of them are, I think, are going to be very true and honest portrayals. And yeah, I'm really excited to see how it all comes together.
Yeah, I'm wondering, as an actor yourself, is it hard to play a real life character like this versus someone who's been written up?
Um, I think when you have a real life character, there's a lot to model. So you see what they look like. You can pick up mannerisms, the
Mhm.
way they talk, the way they move, how they are, their personality. So I think that in a sense, that's like the cheat sheet for
Yeah,
it, right? As an actor, as opposed to a written role where it's completely fictitious and you have to make those acting choices as you go along and really dive into it, do a lot of research and figure out what would this character be like. Here, we have a media profile of
mhm,
Pam and Tommy, a lot of footage of them. And I think that makes it a bit easier to know what kind of acting choices you would make. But I think the challenge for Sebastian Stan and for Lily James is to be able to embody these people and deliver these roles as true as possible, because it's an A-B comparison, right? So here you're looking at Tommy and now you're looking at Sebastian as Tommy. So
yeah,
you're mapping that on and you have that comparative reference, whereas a fictitious character, you have no reference, right? So
mhm,
it has, I think, as far as acting is concerned, you're really bringing your A game,
yeah,
and really you have to be on it and make those people come to life on the screen. Yeah.
yeah. Did you have any inspiration behind how you brought your character to life? But did you pull any inspiration from people they were around?
Yeah. Not much is known about Vinny,
Yeah,
who Vinny
so you
is. He's
got some
just,
creative freedom.
yeah, I got creative freedom there, but I understand that he was a competitive contractor,
Mhm,
with Seth's character Rand. So there was a lot of minutia there as far as what Tommy was doing with his contractors in the remodel, and how he was getting along with them. So
mhm.
for Vinny, I fell back on my Uncle Vincent, since that was his
Really?
name. He was out of New York. He did work with his hands a lot. And so I kind of embodied him when I did this role. And obviously, essence parts of my dad, who was a real contractor, custom cabinet builder, and interior designer. So, like I said, he had me work with my hands and learn all of the trades growing up, which I hated then, but pulled it into this, and in my real life is like that as well. So that's kind of what I was thinking in the moments, and also bring my A game, because here I
Oh,
am with Lily James, Sebastian Stan, and Seth Rogen. So this is incredible. So yeah, I loved every minute of it, and the cast and crew were absolutely incredible. When they brought me into that, I had a stand-in. The whole thing changed once it went to that level. So there's being on set, and then there's being on set as a principal talent
mhm.
that's going to have a major scene. So that also is really great. For actors out there that are struggling. I mean, I'm a casting director, so I also know this from this side. Is just keep trying. You never know when that moment might come, or you might catch that break. Right? It's serendipitous, being in the right place at the right time, and showing up and doing your job when they ask you to do it.
For
Yeah.
sure. If you could describe this series in 3 words, what do you think they would be and why?
3 words. Boy, intriguing, right? To
Mhm,
know how this crime unfolded, right?
for sure.
The intrigue of it. Fascinating, because here we have pop icons, right?
Mhm,
These pop icons, these guys are rock stars in their own rights, both of them, right?
yep.
So to get insight of that. And let's see, the third one's going to be, I'd say it's about the craft. So the acting, I want to see, because when I see these recreations, I want to see the acting, right? I want to see how good it is, right? So
Mhm.
I think it's going to be about that, about the craft.
Yeah. And my last question for you, is there anything you'd want to say to anyone either watching this interview or watching Pam and Tommy?
Yeah, sit back, enjoy the ride. It's going to be absolutely incredible. And open your mind to the story, you know, what that is. Try to immerse yourself in it. You'll enjoy it.
For
And
sure.
I got to say, thank you, Sebastian. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Seth, for the opportunity. It's a pleasure.
Mhm. Well, it was a pleasure talking to you. It was so great.
Thank you, Gracie. I really appreciate it. And you guys have a wonderful new year. We're into it, and all positivity. Let's go.